Well, I'm from here. This is my neighborhood, East Harlem. I live in this building. There are 89 livable units in here. This school is 105 years old. The gargoyles are actually 105 years old. I love looking out of them. I live in the front over here on the 4th floor. Everybody who lives in this building is an artist. That's the purpose of this building, created by Art Space, that you come to visit. So I grew up on 111th Street. I'll show you where I used to live as a kid. In the 1950s, I'm 68 years old. And I'm into my third lifetime. I count lifetimes by 30 years. Because it's so hard to get out of the 30s. Okay? You know, everybody wants to grow up, but let me tell you, the 30s is a hard, wet paper bag to break out of. You know, if you make it to your 40s, consider it a new lifetime. So I'm in my third, right? Till my 90s. Yeah, so I'm from East Harlem when it was called Spanish, what is it called? Spaha. Well, they want to call it Spaha. I hate Spaha. Spanish Harlem. I hate that. Okay? We hate it, okay? Spaha, we hate it. It's a barrio, okay? And it's being badly gentrified. I mean, really, really ridiculous, you know. And the problem with gentrification is that some people shop in neighborhood stores and somehow they have the attitude that their wrinkled $1 bill is worth more than yours. So that's where the problem begins. Okay, so we'll talk more. I'm talkative today. Okay, so here's I was taking the subway to go to my girlfriend was in a play, and I was gonna go see her. So what happened? This is an interesting poem because what happened was on my way to the train, I was gonna go stop in the liquor store and go get me a little bottle. Drink that on my way there. But I said, nah, man, let me just keep going, you know. But then as I'm walking to the train, which is about half a block, I said, you know, it's interesting because if I had gone to that liquor store, it would take me 5-10 minutes to buy what I wanted. So now I'm gonna meet people that I wouldn't have met. in the time continuum, right? I wouldn't have met them if I had been in the liquor store. So I said, let me see what happens. So I start, being conscious of who's walking past me, this guy with a cane. So I go down in the subway, and here comes the train I would have missed, right? Because it's right there. So I get in the train, I sit down, and no sooner than I sit down, then this guy comes through the doors, right? And he's a poet. So this is the poem he inspired. It's called Fair for Fair. F-A-I-R for F-A-R-E. Fair for Fair. Today, I saw a poet panhandling poems in a subway train. Subterranean, beneath a bustling city of flashing lights, sandwich boarded between a poem and advertisement decrying homelessness. Reading from the scribbled prose upon a page in a composition notebook, apologizing that celebrity and fame are not equated quite the same as his fortune and fame, thus promising to pay it forward whenever life on earth improves. He croons in perfect iambic pentameter against the roaring, railing wheels, against the steel of reality and life, against the will, against the wind, against the word, against the world. Okay. Thank you guys. Let us go there, you and I, while the daylight is spread out against the sky.
Show me the cover of the book.
Okay, it's available in Amazon, whatever. Disclaimer, because after I wrote the poem, one of the things I practice on is writing poetry that's real angry without cursing. Without using any curse words, because somehow or other people get upset about curse words. I don't understand why they just words. But they're emphatic words. So they come with their own exclamation point. So the thing is that after I wrote the poem, I was very upset about it. So I put the disclaimer. It's these two lines. Oh, I have no opinion of what my eyes see. There's a black man, a man whose skin is black, the color black, running across the street in the middle of the night, black night. Only the flickering lights of business buildings still burning in the night, like the eyes of obese monsters. And the stars, of course, they in their distance are out tonight, quietly knowing, unsaying a word. Now, here's where the poem's going to change right here. And you see the word changes is in upper and lower case. Just play around with upper and lower case. Like that. The traffic light changes. So now the color red is against him who crosses the street. Police car cruises by and sees him, black man, and flashes its lights bright in the middle of the night. Red and orange, blue and white lights. They cut him off at the pass of the corner of a sidewalk, up against the car. Mother, his hands on the hood, he is forced to spread his legs apart wide like this. They dare call it eagle so they can search him up good to make sure there's nothing up his sleeve, there's nothing up his mind. They take his wallet from out of him, removing the papers from the person. They tell him to go sit in the car in the memory of the back seat, looking out the window like that, perhaps resembling a bird. And he obeys them. He does what he believes that they say. It is dead night. The night is dead. There are not too many people walking around with their opinions on hand. Art, for art's sake. And I think how different this is from somewhere else, where a soldier would demand for the same kind of rights in a foreign land, dressed in camouflage fatigues with an Uzi slung over his shoulder, saying, your papers, let me see your papers. That's the beginning of a 10-page poem. Oh yeah. And so, just so you can see in design, I like to play with words. I really encourage you. I will come to your school and do a poetry workshop with you guys if you want. This is the end of the poem. So that's him saying, I know I'm not white, over and over again. Right? So I could have taken the easy way out and just made it a straight line coming down. But you know, with computer, you just copy paste. So I wrote it once, and I decided to take up both pages, even though the poem ended here, because to me it just aesthetically looks really cool. It says it, okay, and there you go. So, and these are the many faces of Papo throughout the years.